Hey Kryptonites, here on a little dog walk with Koa, dog and the cat. A couple of things I want to talk about: the percentage change in crypto compare. And also the pending stock market crash. So I have, oh my god, there's a big black dog chasing my white cat. Pips! Shit. Thankfully it was a friendly dog. Shit, there's really not much I could do with a baby strapped to my chest. For a long time I've been saying that we are due for a huge global stock market crash. And not just a stock market crash, a global bond market collapse as well. Now, I think that's a little bit further away than the stock market crash. However, I put my date was October 2016, and even though it did try to crash around that time, we had massive pumping in the stock markets, and it didn't happen. So yes, I am a little bit late there. I'm technically, you know, just over a year late. However, what happened the other day with all of the world indices dropping massively, in some cases it was one of the biggest one-day losses in history on some markets, like some of the VIX markets, which is the fear markets. However, it's not going to crash imminently. So basically what tends to happen before we have a big global crash like this is that we have a bit of a jolt, which is what we've just had, and then what happens, which is actually contrary to popular belief, is that this doesn't start the imminent waterfall crash. What will actually happen is that the market will actually rally, and we should break all-time highs actually. If you look at 2008, 2001, 1987, 1929, 1909, all of those massive epic crashes, you see that we have the first jolt, then the market rallies, breaks all-time highs, and then starts to crash. So I'm keeping my eyes really firmly peeled on the stock market to see if we do breach those all-time highs, and then I'm going to be selling and I'm going to be shorting that market like a freaking madman. So that's that. What impact will it have on cryptos? Well, I actually think it's going to help cryptos. I think people, I mean, the global stock market, $70 trillion. All it takes is a few trillion just to spill over into the crypto markets as a hedge against uncertainty, and we are quids in, baby. And in terms of crypto compare, I'm going to jump over onto the computer now once we get him off my chest, and I'll show you what I mean.
Hey guys, another late night video, baby asleep, I've got to be quiet. So yeah, here's one of my portfolios, and a lot of people, when they're, I mean, if you do have one of these crypto compare portfolios, you have to understand it's there just for your personal reference, and that it's not entirely accurate, because the price feeds are not accurate for some of them. Now obviously you can play around with you know, all the different columns here, but the thing that most people look at is this profit and loss column, which, yeah, may be good. However, I think people are looking at the wrong thing, because you're probably looking at things like, oh, I'm now minus 8 grand or whatever, or minus whatever, but really you should be looking at the thing below it, i.e. how much are you up or down in terms of Bitcoin. So in this silly pack coin trade, I'm minus 0.09 of a Bitcoin, which is minus 50%. So it's actually not as bad as the 91% seems. Now obviously there's an incorrect feed there, but if we look at, say, APX, it says I'm 59% down in terms of dollars. Well, that's not entirely true. I'm actually 28% down in Bitcoin, so I'm only down that. So what you should, so what I'm gonna do, because I want to basically tidy up this silly portfolio here, because I'm trying to streamline my portfolio, and what I'm going to do is simply get rid of all the supposedly losing trades, but I'm actually not. So here, if we scroll down, QRL, I bought it technically at $2.12. It's gone down a bit, which means technically I'm down $500. However, I'm actually up 26% in Bitcoin, which means I've actually made 0.02, because if I go to Bittrex or wherever I bought it and then sold it, guess what? It goes back into Bitcoin. So I've actually made a profit on that one. And because I want to make some room, I'm going to be selling QRL. So I'm going to be, the others I'm going to leave for the moment, but let's have a look at a few others. So here we go. Syscoin, here we go. Only a little bit up, so I've only made a tiny profit. The same, there's all sorts, and there's a few trades here where I've actually made quite a lot of profit. Especially that one there. Oh, Ripple. Yeah, I want to get rid of Ripple. It's a shit coin. It's not even a crypto. So yeah, hopefully that makes sense. And if you are pulling your hair out, don't. You need to look at the Bitcoin fluctuations, not what you're up or down in terms of price. As you can see with all of these, I'm actually up a lot in Bitcoin. So yeah, hopefully that makes sense. Oh yeah, it goes the other way around as well. So sometimes you can be up in pounds but down in actual Bitcoin. Like this one, 70% down in Bitcoin, even though it says I'm up in dollars. So yeah. Also, just quickly jumping onto the Bitcoin charts here, I mean, if you go into CoinMarketCap, the market cap has rallied quite a bit. We have gone above the $400 billion level, which is pleasing, and we seem to have broken. Well, we are resting on that trend line. So if we just do something like this, I still can't wait till there's actually a good chart where you can actually draw some proper lines. But if you draw a bit of a trend line like this, it's probably straight, something like that. We're looking in terms of global market cap to breach this trend line here, and it seems that it may have, and it's probably come back and maybe doing something like this, but it's hard to tell with such a shitty chart. And also looking at Bitcoin, even though this is it is looking rather bullish right now. I've basically extended this trend line, which is what I've been looking at for a long time now, and everyone's thinking that the past is, the lows are in, and I do think 6,000 is the low, and I called that 6,000 low, but as expected, it hit this trend line and it's bounced back up. However, it didn't bounce too far, so we are in an upwards trend. So it should punch through this, and also we've got another sort of pretty strong level over here, which obviously is exactly the same level. So basically, we need to punch above this, and then we're definitely off to the races once we get above here. So yeah, hope that helps, and I'll see you soon. Toodles.